What's up guys, welcome back to Fancy Goldfish Fanatics. Today we're going to be taking a look at the well-renowned Fancy Goldfish store based in the Netherlands. So make sure you stay tuned to find out more. Hey Fanatics family, welcome back. As always, check out the links below. Make sure you're part of our Facebook group, which is one of the largest Fancy Goldfish Facebook groups in the world, and we are on our way to being #1. So make sure you check out the group, share your fancy goldfish, and help some other hobbyists out. Today, as I mentioned, we're going to be going all the way over to Hague in the Netherlands, and we're going to be taking a look at the Fancy Goldfish store. Now, the Fancy Goldfish store in the Netherlands is one of the biggest fancy goldfish hubs, dealers, breeders, etc. in Europe. So it is an absolutely huge facility, and thank you to Kim KT who actually put this video together and actually did this video on his channel. I will leave a link down below to the original video because he is the original content creator, but I haven't actually had the chance to visit the Fancy Goldfish store in the Netherlands, so I thought let's get it on the channel and let's get a bit of exposure for it. Let's check it out, see what they've got to offer, see how everything is set up. Now please do bear in mind the water temperature is actually 15 degrees here, so the fish will be quite sluggish and acting quite slow, for example, but I thought I'd let you know that before the video starts to roll. But without further ado, let's get the video on the screen and let's check it out.
A few moments later.
First up, as you can see, we have a mix of different fancy goldfish. Looks like we've potentially got some Ryukin, some Oranda, and some Ranchu. Now, the Fancy Goldfish store in the Netherlands is absolutely huge, and I know they have a huge selection of goldfish, as they do supply all over Europe. Now, as you can see here, we've got some absolutely stunning Ryukin. These guys look like they might be a sort of cowl style. Haven't quite seen those before. And we've also got some pearl scales as well. They look like they are crown pearl scales with that large round bubble or vesicle on the top of their head. As I did mention, the water is quite cold, and that is why a lot of the fish will be inactive. And also we have to consider this is a wholesale style facility, so they will have huge amounts of fish and shipments coming in every week, and I believe I've seen quite a few pictures of their shipments, and they seem to get a lot of boxes of fish in, maybe even 20 boxes of fish every week, something like that. They get absolutely huge numbers of fish passing through these facilities, so you should always bear that in mind. This isn't really a retail shop, so to say, so they will have these high volumes of fish, and they won't have quite the same care and attention that is paid to each individual fish as a shop generally would. As we can see here, we've got some stunning Oranda, really nice colours, loving the different blacks, the Kirins, the Sakuras, those kind of nice tricolour as well. Really nice shape on these fish, great wens, great tails as well, and really nice different styles. It's going to be really nice to see throughout the video how we have a different range of fish, especially the different styles of fish, because often when you go to a single shop or a small facility, they will have quite a range of fancy goldfish, but they won't have the different styles that each variety offers. Next up, looks like we've got some red cap Oranda, although these guys look like they might have some telescope eyes, which is something a little bit different, another variety that's not often seen. Now, this looks like it has been a mix of a telescope eye and a red cap Oranda. They've bred them together and they've produced this sort of hybrid between the two. Now, as you may or may not know, the majority, or if not all, fancy goldfish have been hybridized from different varieties to get the different quality traits and different features that we see today. So we see here we've got some telescope eyes. Now these have probably been crossbred to get the different colors from another strain of fish. We've got this sort of panda style, and generally the crossbreeding can help increase the genetic viability of the fish and help to give them a little bit more strength. Now often when you're interbreeding certain fish time and time again, you can get really poor genetics and end up with lots of offspring that have deformities. and lots of health problems as well. As we know, fancy goldfish aren't the strongest of fish out there, so we need to be careful when we're crossbreeding, and it's also good to introduce new genes and new genetics into the gene pool if you are trying to create a really hardy fish. And that's often why I find a lot of the Thai and Chinese fish have been so interbred that they can be quite weak, but when you introduce them to maybe a colder water environment like the UK and add maybe a UK genetic strain in, you help to increase a little bit more strength and vigour throughout the fish. Looks like we've got some really nice black ranchu here, which are looking really nice quality, really nice round shape to them, good wens. Often when you're selecting black ranchu, it's also really good to have a look at the eyes, see if you can see the eyes, because often black ranchu have really well developed wens that generally normally covers the eyes. Looks like we've got some large red caparanda here as well with really nice wens over the top of the head, really well formed. They look kind of like little brains, little red brains sitting on their head, and a few of those might have been at telescope eyes as well. Now we've got some nice calico aranda, look like they've got quite nice colours to them, quite active as well, especially for the colder water. Look really nice and healthy. You can't see any red fins, any red streaks in the tails, which is a clear sign to look for. When you're selecting your fancy goldfish, generally if you are purchasing them from a shop, you always want to make sure the water looks nice and clear, the fish are active, they have no red streaks in their tails. Often a lot of shops may have ammonia troubles when they bring their fish in due to the high ammonia input into the system, so it's also good to look at any ammonia burns or any ammonia damage on the fish. Now don't get this confused with a panda fish or a tricolour that might have a bit of black in it. Generally ammonia burns come and go very quickly on fish, so it's just one other thing to consider. Like we can see some of the fish here are black and orange, but these aren't ammonia burns, they are just the way that the fish are developing and changing. Now often the black coloration and the black pigment will generally molt off of the fish, and those fish will likely turn all orange. So especially if you're paying a high price amount for a fish, we want to make sure it has come from a stable bloodline, and if you can, have a look at the parent fish to see what that fish will turn into. Often, apart from sort of Kirin fish, the black generally molts away and is very unstable. So that is always one thing to think about when you're selecting a fish, maybe a tricolour aranda or some of those pearl scales as we just saw there. Thinking about if that black changed and disappeared, would you mind about that, or do you really want that to stay? So that's definitely something to think about. Next up we have some more of my favourite, the ranchu. We've got a really nice selection, some red and whites, some blacks, some Kirins, maybe some solid whites as well in there. These look like they're sort of that general style grade, nothing too high quality, but obviously this fancy goldfish store does need to supply to the masses, so it needs to hit the low grade, the medium grade, the high grade fish. Often when you're buying fish, the dealer or the wholesaler will list them as A grade, B grade, C grade, etc. And you have to sort of not take that into consideration when selecting your fish, because there is often many times where a low grade fish actually turns out to be a really high grade fish once it's grown out from its small young self. And often you can also similarly get A grade or A star grade fish that often aren't very good at all, and it is just what that retailer or that shop sees those fish to be at. So for instance, you could have really nice expensive fish that actually aren't as nice as they would be compared to another shop. One shop might list them as A grade and one shop might list them as C grade. We've got some really nice Ryukin here. Ryukin are really growing on me and really a fish I really like. It looks like we've got some telescope eyes as well. Really liking the demikin as well, the Ryukin looking fish with those large bubble eyes. Slightly different body shape, but not much. It's mainly in the eyes, and they are referred to as demikin. Now the Ryukin are really nice here. Looks like we've got some really nice Kirins, and that black and orange one is really stunning. Although, as I mentioned earlier in the video, that black will likely change throughout the fish's life. Overall, currently it has really nice quality to it, and I really like it. Looks like we've got some lion heads in this tank. Lion heads generally have that straight back, and that's how you can differentiate them from a standard ranchu. Generally the standard ranchus have more of that curved back, and the lion heads generally have a little bit of a longer tail that sticks out flat from the back of the fish. Also, we've got some more calico ranchu, really nice colours on these, look like quite nice quality, really good wen shape. And overall, they look quite happy and healthy throughout the tank. Generally, when I'm selecting a Ranchu, I want to see something with slightly deeper body, a little bit more rounded, curved features, similar to the Ryukin that you can see here. A high quality Ryukin would have that really nice curved back, really nice round belly to it as well. And overall, there's definitely some really nice fish that can be picked out of these tanks. And a lot of the fish you will really have to look through to find a good selection. There are generally probably quite a few mixed varieties throughout these tanks and mixed grades as well. But it looks like we've got some more small Ranchu as we come towards the end of the tour around this facility. Really nice fish, plenty of selection, plenty price points as well. Some nice Calico Ryukin as well, just to start finishing off. But overall, really like the selection of fish, and I'm sure we will be able to do another video in the future featuring maybe some newer stock that they've got. But that is the end of the video footage we've got of the facility, so I'm just going to wrap up the video. So I hope you enjoyed that video of the Fancy Goldfish store, and as mentioned previously, thank you to Kim KT who did the original video down in the description. I really enjoyed seeing the different setup, the layout and the different varieties this store had to offer, and overall hopefully you guys at home enjoyed it as well. If you have any questions, leave them down below, or if you want to see videos more like this, more store tours, more dealer tours, etc., then also let me know in that comment section as well, and I'll try to get some more on the channel. If there's any videos in particular that you guys want to see on the channel, then send a little link down below and I'll check it out for myself and see if we can get that on the channel. Alternatively, if you want your fancy goldfish featured on the channel in our Rate My Tank series or Tank Tour series, then feel free to email me at fancygoldfishfanatics@gmail.com and I'll do my best to get your fish or setup on the channel. But that is it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. As always, thank you for watching. Remember to keep those water changers up, and happy fish keeping.